I gotta wake up. I gotta hurry. Need to eat. Need caffeine. It's early. It's an hour and a half drive from here to Terlingua, and I want to see the sunrise. Nautical twilight's at 6:34 a.m. The sun will rise completely just before 7:30. You ready? Let's go. Alright, I just gotta say it. Did not disappoint. I made it to Terlingua Ghost Town by sunrise. We were the only ones there, and it was so beautiful. Terlingua Ghost Town is an old mining town near the Mexican border and Big Bend National Park, dating back to the 18th century. It was once one of the largest producers of mercury. At its peak, Terlingua produced 40% of all mercury used in the First World War. When the demand for mercury dropped towards the end of the war, the mine closed and everyone abandoned their homes, and the ghost town was born. All that remains from the old mining town are ruins from people's homes and some mining buildings. It's completely free to go and walk around, and they have a self-guided tour available. It's really kind of cool, but also kind of sad. Today, Terlingua is a small town with a population of just over 100 people, and it really is just there to offer campsites, lodging, little restaurants, and shops for people that are coming to and from Big Bend. They are also known for their annual chili cook-off, but it did not happen while I was there. I briefly looked through the old cemetery, but kept the dogs in the car just out of respects for people's loved ones. And then we hopped back in the car and headed to Big Bend. The entrance to Big Bend National Park is only about 20 minutes away. I entered at the Maverick Junction, which is closest to Terlingua. Old Maverick Road begins there, and posted at the start of the road is a warning that 4x4 is required. I paused before starting. Would my all-wheel drive Forester be sufficient, or are they suggesting I need something like Tom's modified 4Runner with giant tires? I took the chance and made the turn down the unpaved road. I'm telling you, it was totally worth it, and honestly, my grandma's Buick would have fared just fine on the dirt road. This drive was really pretty, and honestly that warning sign made it really private as well. I think it scared a lot of people off. I stopped over and over again to take in the views and let the dogs run around. Now I want to note here that dogs are only allowed on roads in Big Bend National Park and not on the actual hiking trails. So honestly this road was the highlight of my adventure because it allows us to really get out and look around. Big Bend National Park covers 801,163 acres. It was named a national park back in June of 1935, and its name comes from the large bend in the Rio Grande River along the park boundary. Big Bend actually runs along the US-Mexican border for over 118 miles. So the elevation at Big Bend ranges everywhere from 1,715 feet at the Rio Grande all the way up to 7,832 feet at Emery Peak. And this huge range of elevation leads to a lot of biological diversity. So there's tons of reptiles, mammals, birds, and plants. This is actually one of the only places in Texas where you can see both mountain lions and black bears, according to the internet. I didn't see either one. I did see some snakes, and of course lots of plants. And apparently, in case anybody's wondering, the dirt does not taste good. Nico tried it a few times and spit it out. I don't know what's wrong with boys. I drove the entire length of the road, which ends at the Santa Elena Canyon Overlook. This is literally at the Texas-Mexican border and the Rio Grande, and I wished so badly at this point that dogs were allowed on the trail because the canyon was breathtaking. From there, I continued on the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive and stopped at every viewpoint possible. April was such a great time to go because all the plants were blooming and it wasn't too hot outside. Every stop had something different to offer and it was really pretty. Big Bend is huge. It took me the entire day to drive that loop, and that doesn't even cover half of the national park. 10 out of 10, I would definitely recommend. Even though the pups are kind of restricted here, it's so worth it.